If you've ever wondered whether Jinger might return to the small screen after all the turmoil her family went through, listen up. I've got the latest scoop on her stance, her memories, and why she seems content staying off reality TV for the foreseeable future. But don't think this means she's traded cameras for complete silence. She's just more careful these days about the kind of spotlight she's willing to accept. So stick around, because while we're diving into her perspective on any potential big comeback, we'll also dissect the reasons behind her viewpoint, mention her sweet memories with that old film crew, and talk about how she's forging a new life far from the reality show format that once defined her youth. Jinger Duggar Vuolo, now 31, started on reality TV more than 2 decades ago, dating back to the family's earliest documentaries on TLC. As the 6th daughter of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, she spent a good chunk of her youth navigating cameras that showcased her every move, like cooking breakfast for a horde of siblings or packing for mission trips. Life changed, though, after her eldest brother, Josh Duggar, faced horrendous charges for child pornography, eventually leading to the cancellation of the Duggars spin-off Counting On. So with the show off the air since 2021, watchers often ponder if certain siblings would, or could, ever step back onto a reality TV set. Cue the curiosity about Jinger, who's arguably one of the more outspoken Duggar daughters, especially after revealing her personal journey away from some of the family's strict rules. In a recent episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, she dropped a line that had fans leaning closer to their speakers. She admitted that while there are parts of filming she misses, like traveling with the same beloved film crew, she doesn't envision returning to a 19 Kids style show. Specifically, she said something along the lines of, "I don't think so. Not in this season of life. If something smaller came up, that's fine, but I don't see me doing a big reality show again." She even hinted that reassembling the old crew, or capturing that vibe, would be basically impossible. Let's face it, many of her siblings have scattered to different states, grown up, married, had children, or parted ways from the old beliefs. They wouldn't be able to replicate Counting On, even if they wanted to. We can't ignore the massive fallout after Josh Duggar's conviction. TLC canceled Counting On in 2021, stating it was essential for the family to address their situation privately. For Jinger, the spectacle surrounding her brother's legal drama presumably added layers of stress. She's called some aspects of her upbringing disturbing, referencing the religious, fear-based environment and how she's gradually moving away from it. With so much baggage, returning to a big spotlight might not be healing, it could be re-traumatizing. So it's no wonder she's hesitant. Also, consider that Jinger's now living life more freely than she ever did, wearing pants, exploring Los Angeles with her husband Jeremy Vuolo, raising 2 kids, and expecting a 3rd soon. She's not obligated to film 24/7 or keep up with the old buddy group system. She's writing books, hosting a podcast, traveling, and experimenting with her style. The last thing she may want is to revert to a scenario where cameras dictate her schedule or where she can't handle personal matters privately. But Jinger doesn't hold only negative views of her 19 Kids era. She also said she misses certain sweet elements, like building relationships with the old film crew, traveling to new places, filming group confessionals with siblings. She recalls it with a sense of nostalgia, acknowledging that not everything was bad. This nuance is key. She's not condemning the entire experience, just stating that her present life feels more stable without it. And she's aware that you can't replicate the old dynamic now. Times have changed. Siblings are grown. Many have parted ways on beliefs. Some have faced controversies, etc. So if she's ever tempted, those sweet memories can't magically reappear in the same form. Meanwhile, other siblings are forging new paths. Jill has been outspoken about her own break from the family's rigidity, writing a memoir, Counting the Cost. Jess is hunkered down, raising her brood, occasionally sharing comedic tidbits. Joanna's filming reels about mothering multiple kids. Jana, newly married to Stephen Wisman, has her own wedding vlogs. So, it's not like there's a unified family brand waiting to be revived. The old synergy is, for now, scattered. For Jinger to do a big return, she'd have to coordinate with siblings who might not want the cameras back. Or she'd produce a spin-off featuring just her, Jeremy, and their kids, but that isn't likely either. She doesn't want a 19 kids style show. She wants normalcy. For anyone missing Jinger's presence, rest assured that she's not disappearing. She regularly updates fans via her social media and now her own podcast with Jeremy, sharing how she's disentangled from certain fear-driven teachings while holding on to her Christian faith in a more gracious, open manner. She's even written a book, Becoming Free Indeed, dissecting the environment of her youth. So we do get behind-the-scenes insights, just in smaller, curated doses, not as an all-consuming reality show. She can control the narrative this way. The freedom must feel empowering, especially after so many years being the filmed child who couldn't set boundaries. Lest we forget, Jinger's expecting baby number 3, so her days are about to get even busier. She even joked about how nice it is not to be heavily pregnant in summer heat. More kids mean more on her plate, from family demands to those calling for glimpses of her next steps. That alone might be reason enough for her to steer clear of full-scale reality filming. She's got her hands full, literally, and might prefer a simpler approach, sharing tidbits via Instagram or podcast, not a full production schedule that intrudes on the joys and challenges of motherhood. All in all, Jinger's stance is, no, not right now, not in this season of life, regarding a full-blown reality show. She recognizes that she has positive memories from the old days, but times have changed. The environment that once existed, both in the family and behind the camera, would be nearly impossible to recreate. She's grown, the family's grown, the world around them has grown. So if you were hoping for a counting on 2.0, you'll likely be disappointed. On the plus side, you can still follow her personal journey with the freedom for her to pick and choose what she shares, minus the heavy burden of 24/7 filming. Would you have liked to see a Jinger and Jeremy show? Or do you think it's best left in the past? Let me know in the comments. So, that's the quick and dirty breakdown of where Jinger Duggar Vuolo stands on a potential return to reality TV. Basically, thanks, but no thanks. She's content focusing on her new chapter with Jeremy, mothering their 2 little ones and counting down to baby number 3, and quietly forging her own path outside the watchful eyes of a full production crew. She's got sweet memories, yes, but also a sense of relief that she can decide how much to show and when to step back. Alright folks, that's all from me, Julie. I hope you enjoyed this condensed yet comprehensive update on Jinger, her perspective on reality television, and the context that shapes her decision. Let me know if you still hold out hope for any Duggar spinoff, or if you think the family's done with that chapter. Either way, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye for now.